PlayStation VR2 is almost here, and I want you to have the best possible experience in virtual reality on PlayStation 5. It's a really nice piece of technical equipment, but it's also really expensive. So I don't want you to make any sort of the silly mistakes that I've made in the past when it comes to using virtual reality headsets. This is a PlayStation VR 1 headset. I've used this for so many hours on my PS4. I used it for an incredible amount of time playing Gran Turismo Sport and driving. So I've got lots of experience, lots of tips to share with you. I really hope you're going to find these helpful and it's going to maximize your enjoyment. Let's start. So the first thing is these headsets obviously have two lenses at the front. You might not be able to see them there, but just glinting are two lenses. Those lenses are going to get dirty. They are going to get greasy. You'll, the skin around your eyes and your nose and all this stuff will just kind of get there. Your hair as well. And there is little bits of grease in there. And that does get on the lenses. So if you start to see that your picture seems a bit blurry, have a look at the lenses and make sure you I would keep quite a few microfiber cloths really close by. Every time I used this headset when I was racing Gran Turismo quite competitively online, I would clean the lenses. Yes, every time before I used it, I would clean the lenses. When you're using it for about 3 or 4 hours at a time, it can get a little bit sweaty in there. So that's the most important thing I would say. Now, by the way, I want to add to that, if you are wearing glasses, you can scratch the lenses. PlayStation VR 2 is meant to be better for glasses wearers, but they said similar things about PSVR 1. And I actually did, I think, end up scratching the lenses a few times. So what I did is I bought lens guard. You won't be able to see really that clearly. But on the side, I bought some plastic lens guard, which I stuck on, and that stopped my glasses from touching the lenses. Now, I actually had to wear different glasses because these glasses are metallic and they were very prone to scratching. So I wore plastic glasses anyway, and the spacers. So worth looking into that. I'll put some links in the description. Now, the next thing I want to say is that when it comes to the sound, like PSVR 1, there is not going to be an integrated headset or headphone or earbud or something in here. You're going to have to plug something into the headset. It was the same in PSVR 1. Have a think about that in advance. It is going to come with some earbuds, but they might not be the best quality. So think about how you want to be getting your sound, because the PSVR 2 is going to have, I think they call it Tempest or something, of a really 3D. Basically, all VR headsets have what's called binaural sound. So what that means is when you move your head, the sound also moves. This is something that's a big advantage in racing games, because when you move your head, you can kind of feel how the engine's coming, other cars at the inside, you can listen to the tyres around you. So you want to have a really good pair of headsets so you can take advantage of that binaural sound. Now, the next thing I want to mention is dust. If you leave this headset open, it is going to get dusted again around the lenses, and you don't want that. This isn't like a TV where a bit of dust doesn't really make a difference because you're so far back. Here, your eyes are going to be that close to the lenses. You just don't want dust there anyway. So definitely try and keep it in a bag or something. This is the bag that I use for PSVR 1. So every time I finish using the headset, I will put it in the bag to keep the dust at bay as well. The other thing you really want to work out before you get the headset is your space when you're going to be using it. So when I drove on PSVR 1, there's no way I would have had a microphone this close, because when you're in virtual reality, even doing something like on a steering wheel, you will forget that there's something there in the real world. You'll be on your own rod of virtual reality. Keep it free of obstacles. So when I was racing in virtual reality, I would have the headset right here over the top, the microphone, so I couldn't touch it with anything. And if you're not playing a racing game, but you're playing a sort of shooting game or a game with a sword or something, you want it even more clear. Start thinking about that now. You don't want to have an instant where on the day you get your PSVR 2 headset, you put it on, you're really excited, and you start absolutely bashing stuff around you, destroying things. It will take up more space than you think. PSVR 1 had a pretty poor utilization of the PS Move camera, which was like atrocious, and the PS Move wand, which was just really bad. PSVR 2 is going to have inside-out tracking, so it's going to be a lot better. But definitely start now thinking about the space that you're going to be using PSVR 2. And the final thing I would say in this video is I would really take good care of your headset. Virtual reality is going to be a bit of an unknown. You know, they tried it with PSVR 1. It didn't really set the world alight. There weren't really many other players I was racing with that win virtual reality in Gran Turismo Sport, for example. And therefore, you might want to keep the resale value of your headset as high as possible, just in case you don't get on with it, you get motion sickness, there's not enough games coming out, or it just doesn't take off. So I would really recommend taking care of your headset. Now, I use this headset a lot. This is PSVR 1, different headsets PSVR 2, but you can see the back of it, it's all coming off. It's like I really wore this one down. I wouldn't sell this to anyone, to be honest. It is absolutely battered. But for your PSVR2, I would definitely keep it in good condition. Make sure to subscribe, by the way, if you like these tips. It really helps me out. I'm super excited for your support. I'm going to have a PSVR2 on launch, and I'm going to be streaming it. Let me know any questions you got in the comments as well, and I'll see you in the next video.